Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to put a cap board on this, and that's going to level this out.
Right.
Okay, so in order to do that, I want to have a board in the center to hold it up.
Right.
Because I don't want to have a hollow depression.
Right, right.
So what I've done is I've got a board and I've run it from the two high points, and now I'll go down here and do the same.
Oh, I see what you're doing, making sure that that comes up and actually touches that
Yes,
board.
making sure that it's going to touch the board that I put in. So I put it in there and move it around till, and then I'll put a nail, when I get it, I'll put a fucking couple of staples in.
And then verify it.
And then I will
in.
come back, because I saw this end moved while I was doing that. So let's see. Yeah, it moved quite a bit.
Hand that to you.
And I also put glue on this, of course, because that's who I am. Now, before I put the board on that, I'm not going to foam it because it's going to come all the way out. I
Right.
would love to be able to just foam that in the inside, but I can't. So what I'm going to do is the next best thing, which is I'm going to change caulk. Let's see if this one works.
This is the old
last
one.
I used. So let's see if this one works. Okay, see what I'm going to do is I'm just going to seal up all the cracks around the edges
With caulk.
with caulk. So that when I put the board on with the glue on it, I'm going to have a nice tight seal. And again, caulk isn't cheap, but right now it's cheaper than lumber.
It sure is.
You know, yeah. I'm making lumber out in my damn shop right now to
With
do this
fins and everything else, yeah.
and pallet boards and everything else. But when I get done, it'll be just as strong, if not stronger.
Well, and it's going to be better sealed than it's been since we've lived here.
Oh yeah, we've been living with it not sealed all this time. So
31 years.
we didn't freeze to death yet. So,
No.
but yeah, just caulk the shit out of it, because at the end of the day, it's cheaper than 50 years of leaky air, which is what we've had so far. Now I've got to go cut another board to go across here.
Right.
My problem is that because of the way I'm doing this, I kind of have to reset the siding. So the window will be even with the outside, but the siding needs to be inside. So that it's even with the window.
Oh, yeah, because the window we're putting in is not as big as the window.
That was there.
That was there.
That's the problem, is I've got
Right.
to make a new hole.
Yeah.
And then we were afraid that wasn't going to fill, but it did.
It did,
This
it
is
filled.
a little bitty spot.
Listen,
there
cut
I
that
can
off and
fix
shove
with
that in
caulk.
there.
Yeah, I will. When it's drier, I'll cut that off, shove it in the hole, and then caulk the whole thing.
Yep.
Now caulk all of this.
Right.
You can see they originally had this caulked.
Uh-huh.
So how long does caulk live? God only knows how long that caulk was. It's
Yes.
still there. Was it leaky? Yes, but that's mostly because they didn't caulk any of this. This is a hole.
All the way to the outside.
I
or to,
think
to
so.
the siding,
You
yeah.
know what? Let's see. Let's test my theory. I have a feeling that not here, because there's a two before here, but then on the back side of that, yes, it goes all the way to the outside.
Yay.
So I'm going to stick my little spray nozzle in there.
And just spray as much as we
Yeah.
can. Yeah.
Yeah. Next time I'm doing a fling of foam. So now I got to go get this board made. And this board's the same size as this one.
There
So
we go.
none of this is easy, people.
So much fun. We'll come back.
I spit because I'm
It's
trying to teach. There you go. Okay, so here's our old friend, Styrofoam egg cartons. And I'm just going to fill those holes. Because first off, it'll be a vapor barrier. And it'll help insulate. I mean, after all, it's Styrofoam. So it's just going to help us insulate a little bit better than it would otherwise. And again, free. Hello, free. Something that needs to be gotten rid of anyway. It just fills our freaking landfills and fills the world with garbage. So, yeah. So anytime you can use Styrofoam instead of just adding it to the trash load, that's good. Especially if you're encasing it, which is what we're doing. It'll take 100 more years before this will be a problem.
Yeah. Exactly.
100 more years, it'll still be a problem. That's the problem with people using stuff like this, is that it's never not a problem. Of course, we do not use eggs that come in styrofoam egg cartons, but our friends do, and they know we recycle them, so they give them to us. So it's a
win-win.
It's a win-win. I mean, it could be better if we didn't use styrofoam, but we do, and so if you're going to have styrofoam around, you might as well find ways to use it, and it makes a fantastic inflation. Hell, that's what the foam stuff that I'm spraying in everywhere is.
Is basically styrofoam. It's just,
it is styrofoam. It's
Yeah.
spray foam. But yeah, see, I'm just going to fill that area up with just little pieces. You don't need to watch me do the whole thing.
okay,
But
and then
now
you're
I'm
going to
just
put the
going
board
to
on
fill the
top
whole
of it.
thing up with it, and then that way it's going to be that much more insulation. Like I said, it's going to be a vapor barrier, and I'm getting rid of the fucking egg cartons.
Right. Sounds great.
Okay. She goes through the air with the greatest stories. She's a daring old dyke on the flying trapeze. I
Yes.
love doing shit like this.
You-
It's
you-
my fave.
You are on the air.
Okay. Well, then they got a treat.
Yes, they did.
Okay. So, now I'm putting up stuff to nail the siding to that'll go on the outside. So, it's just trim boards. But, I've got to caulk and glue the shit out of them too, because they're part of this window assembly.
Right. Well, and you've also...
And I had to put this in. Oh, I'm out of staples, baby.
this header piece.
I had to put this header piece. This is not the header.
Well, no, but it will,
But it will be. I'll put a 2x4 here and a 2x4 here.
and it'll be the header.
And that will hold it all together and be a good strong header. And hopefully our window's going to fit.
Yeah.
Because this is not the way I would have normally liked to do it. But this is what we have.
There we go.
So,
Okay.
there
I'm
you
going to
go.
get you some more steak.